and welcome to another episode on Maros Bonsai channel. Today I'm going to work on this sloe, Prunus Spinosa. Little bit of cleaning. I remove all the fruits which stayed because I like how it looked like. I need to do repair on Deadwood because one young lady, I don't want to point the finger which one did the damage to it, so I'm going to use two-component epoxy and try to re-establish it where it was. Sooner or later there will be a time when this Deadwood will no more be in any way repairable. It's quite normal with deciduous trees because the wood will not last so long as on the conifer, and the Deadwood here was really excessive. It was a result of the dieback of a whole part of the trunk from up here to the root. It happens many times with Prunus, with a lot of species. You can see it a lot of time on old mumes. The Prunus cerasifera is doing also this, and in my case all collected sloes, Prunus Spinosa, are doing the same. So in case you are interrupting the roots, some major roots, and some major cutting part of a trunk and removing some big part of the trunk structure during the collection from the wild, usually it results in consecutive dieback of some part of major part of the trunk. I would like to know the way how to avoid it. I didn't find it so far. What I'm going to try in the future, I have quite a lot of Prunus species and Prunus specimens for the future, where I'm planning to grow them from the seed. I have a lot of seedlings from this Spinosa, and I have some other seedlings from different Prunuses, Prunus padus, cerasifera, of different color of the fruits, and so on and so on. And I'm trying to avoid any major cutting of the structure and of the root on these seedlings and try to develop them from ground up. And maybe this is the way for Prunuses. I don't know. For any kind of result, I need to wait for another 10-15 years. So, but anyway, when I was discussing the issue of really problematic elements on a trunk or dying of parts of a trunk on Prunuses with other professionals or amateurs in bonsai world, many people confirmed to me that this is happening. I'm curious if you have any experience for yourself. Please share it with me in the comment section. I would really gladly like to read what is your opinion on this behavior of Prunus. I'm going to mix two-component epoxy, bond section of the Deadwood one by one. Here, wait until it cures, and in between the bonding consecutive parts of the Deadwood, I'm going to do some minor work, cleaning and all this stuff on upper part of the trunk. So here's the tree. I wouldn't edit the video, this could be very funny, like usual, like traditional saying, yeah? Watching the paint dry. Now you can watch epoxy dry. Yeah? I could make the video of 20 minutes or 30 minutes how I hold the wood and how the epoxy is drying. It wouldn't be really funny. I try to leave it like this to cure. Yeah, I start with showing you the tree from all sides. Hopefully it will be good, well visible on video. This is, the tree is about 60 centimeters high, maybe higher. This is a prize I received in 2002 for the tree on Bratislava Castle. A really nice exhibition, so I was really grateful for receiving the prize. A few words regarding the history of a tree. I collected this tree as one of the first trees I have, most probably in 2009. I will show you the pictures of a tree since it was collected up until now. So, as it was collected, it was chopped here and developed since then. Everything what you see here, the crown, all was developed basically from two stumps of original branches, and year by year the parts of a trunk were drying under the bark. Bark was falling off, and I need to carve the trunk. It was carved multiple times. I was learning how to do the carving stuff on the tree. It was an interesting experience, and when I wanted to make the tree look older, I used special spray which is used in auto industry, which is freezing the temperatures minus, I don't know, 30 or minus 40. So I was soaking the trunk with water, and when it was soaked, after some time I applied the spray, carefully not to spray this cold gas on live vein, and the deadwood start to crack. Yeah? And I repeated the process several times to give aging look to the deadwood. I think this is very interesting technique, very useful. To give aging look to the deadwood. I think this is very interesting technique, very useful. So collected from wild by myself in 2009. It was growing in a large pot, later repotted into this beautiful Luboshkoda pot, which is really nice. I like it a lot. Yeah, of course, if you see a lot of fruits, I'm going to show you older pictures from the spring where the tree has really a lot of nice white flowers. So this is the peak for this bonsai in spring appearance with white flowers and with all the bees. I made hundreds of pictures of this tree. The fruits of Spinosa, those who are not familiar with the tree from Europe, are edible. They are not really tasty. I don't know what I'm going to do with those fruits. Maybe I just leave them in my garden for the birds to feed on them. But if there is someone out there watching this and who really desperately wants to have these seeds, write me into comment section where you are, and maybe we can find a way how to get the seeds to your place. Prunus spinosa in my area, everywhere in Slovakia and most probably everywhere in Central Europe, it's growing everywhere. It's growing really in all fields, between the fields and in hedges outside. The problem in the places where I see them is that usually they are really straight. Any interesting shape which is suitable for collection is extremely rare. So anything unlike in Great Britain, where I see a lot of them also grown as bonsai, collected from the wild. Harry Harrington is doing a lot of them, and Tony Tickle as well. But they have a lot of contorted ones, and I don't know if it's result of weather pattern, wind, or grazing by sheep. Most probably combination of all of those. Maybe it's a little bit controversial topic, but since my beginning I name some of my trees. I used to say to myself that if the tree is already good enough, it receives the name in my garden. So some time ago I thought that this tree is good enough to receive the name, and I call her Catherine. And I forgot to mention it in any of my previous videos. I wanted to say that some of you may know, some of you may not, that I was writing or making the blog about bonsai since 2009. And those of you who never visited it, maybe you can try. The link is down below under the video, or you can find there some interesting information. I used to take a lot of pictures in every season from every tree. So for example, from this sloe, you definitely could find posts from the collection up until maybe last year. I'm not posting too much anymore because I have feeling that blogs are not interesting anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. It's cured already, so we can bond another section. Yeah, it was like this. and then we bond this one here. The perpetrator of this wood disaster is calmly sleeping, and I'm working here hard to fix it. That's life. The tree is falling on this side, and before last year exhibition it was tied to this wire, and it was held in better position, a little bit more upright. And I'm going to do that again, but I don't want to do that in winter. So again, I'm going to put a little bit of rubber hose around here and pull it a little bit more up. Maybe I will repot the tree, I don't know. I have to check when it was repotted last time. Usually I repot the trees like this, like every 5 years or so, so not too often. Big advantage of sloe is it has really tiny leaves, so you don't have to fight with leaf size, which is great. And flowers, it's like amazing. So you need to take care about insects, like with many other trees, like with maples. Regarding developing of this tree, it was many times wired, and as I used to say in my previous videos, I don't believe you can achieve really good result without this. You need to wire it until it settles and major branches are grown the way you want, and then you don't need to wire it anymore. But the thing is that wiring at the beginning of the life of a tree like this one, maybe in 2010, 2011, the wiring is quite easy, because you don't have so many branches to wire. 1, 2, 3, 4 branches. Don't have to worry. Maybe there is 1, 2 branches which you can change direction, but the tree is growing so strongly that you can basically do it with a clip and grow. And this is really straight section, so I'm going to shorten it. maybe a few words about this part here. Prunus spinosa is notoriously growing in a shrub habit. It's growing from the base all the time, pushing new sprouts and so on and so on. It does it in the nature normally. So this one from the beginning was also pushing the growth from this root section here. Yeah? This tree has tremendously bad roots, nothing really, not really traditional nebari. But I'm thinking that maybe for some trees then it is not so much important. Maybe this idea is a little bit controversial. I don't know, but I think some trees have some other aspects which are important for this tree, and in this case it's flowers, its fruits, its structure of the crown, maybe the deadwood, and absence of traditional nebari in traditional sense of some kind of root spread is not that important. This is what I think about it. And the second thing is that up until some time I keep removing all this growth which was pushing from this root section. And then after a few years I decided that I stop removing it, and I just keep cutting it back, and it was never wired, just I let it grow like 10 centimeters up to this height, and then cut back, grow, cut back all season. And this is like shrub like part. And my idea for the future is that in case the tree will survive, which is not guaranteed in such deciduous species. It's not pine, it's not juniper, which is supposed to grow 200-300 years. So of course it could be short-lived, so we will see how long it will live. But anyway, the fact is that it still brings you the joy, because you are working on it, you are having flowers every spring, you have fruits all season, you have maybe nice deadwood. So I don't think this kind of trees should be discarded in any way. So in case the tree will survive in the long run, and this deadwood will be completely gone, and it will be unrepairable maybe after next winter or in 5 years time or whatever, then maybe this bottom growth will be shaped in some way to obscure this narrow part of a trunk, which will be narrow. Now I'm adding here optical weight with old parts of trunk which my dog removed accidentally or on purpose. She did it on purpose. But when it will be gone one day, maybe this will be the shrub which will cover this area, and it will make it optically wider, and it will mask this part, and it will hide the fact that tree will have inverse taper, which is obviously going to happen when this deadwood is gone. So all the roots are coming from this part, a little bit from this part, but this is very narrow. And what I can do, what I can maybe try to air layer it, but where? So all this part is dead. This is only live vein in the back, which is feeding the top of a tree. So there is not much left. It will be challenging in the long run. The bonsai people doing mostly deciduous trees have to live with that this kind of trees maybe don't have the longevity of juniper, pine, or spruce or whatever. They have different properties and qualities which make them good species for bonsai, and it absolutely makes sense to grow them. I'm going to do a little bit more of editing. Okay, it seems it's over for today. So let's see how the tree looks like from all sides. Now the bonding job is done. It will hold for some time. It's really extremely fragile. It will not last very long. Every season counts. I'm happy with restoring of this deadwood. I was cleaning also a little bit deadwood here. Fruits are removed, and in case you are interested, let me know. All the dry parts which I was able to identify are removed. The tree is cleaned. It will go into winter storage, but the wood must be protected so it will be not broken again by my dog or by any cat or other animal. So that's it. I will wait another maybe 100 days until the flowers will emerge, and then I will come back with this tree and try to show it to you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.